My dad was actually on the community college school board, and they had a dental hygiene program, and so he went to the guy who was in charge of the program, and we became his patients for many years, and then we became his son's patients. And we saw him for years and years, and Matthew did too. And what happened was, after about 16, 17 years, he just said, "You need to see a special needs dentist." And I looked at him because I asked him over the years many times, should we be seeing a special needs dentist? Because Matthew never had an x-ray. He can't keep still long enough to get an x-ray. So that was it. So I said, well, who should I see? He said, I don't know. And I remembered there was a children's special needs dentist that I used to see all the time, but because I had a dentist who was willing to see Matthew, I was happy, satisfied. Matthew's teeth looked nice to me. And I called him and he said, I'm sorry, Matthew's 18 now. I cannot see him unless I started seeing him as a child. But he gave me Dr. Scapolato's name. And this had to be 6, 7 years ago. And we were so pleased with Dr. Scapolato that we all jumped ship and came to him. So my older son, my husband, and I have been patients too. And like I said, Matthew's been a patient up until he moved to a residence home. He now lives in a wonderful home for people just like him. It's in Geneva, Illinois. It's like a huge campus or farm, and he has a better social life than my husband and I do. There's another dentist there, but it's very hard to get appointments, and they only like to do sedation dentistry.
They don't feel that the dentist there is doing the right thing by their son because he says that he can't restrain him, and I don't know if that's his rule or if it's the facility rule, being careful not to, quote, injure somebody. So, oh, he's not cooperative, we have to do him under sedation. And I says, Michelle, we've done them before here, we can do it again. But she's worried that he won't be in the system to be taken care of if something happens to her and her husband.
When we took him to the first dentist we saw, we always had to hold him down. Matthew always has a hand flapping thing. He's not a hitter, he's not violent, but he flaps his hands. If you hold his hands down, he may shoot you a dirty look, but he doesn't care. You know what I mean? He's very, I don't want to say easy, but he's very like, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's happening, and he's going with the program. So that's how we did it here.
So yes, I do restrain them, but I use people restraints. There's still a human touch. Papoose board is just strap them in and get what's done. And I know it's needed in certain situations, and probably in medicine and such, but I did not want to go there. I felt it was creating somebody who's going to be more resistant rather than more cooperative.
I never felt he was in pain. I never felt he was upset. Doc is always so concerned about him. Does he need a pillow? Do you think he's in pain? We actually weren't sure because he couldn't tell us if he's in pain or not. So Doc started asking me if I thought maybe he could use a Valium. I asked our primary care doctor if that was okay, and he says, I think that's a great idea. So we would give him a small amount of Valium before each appointment, and he just seemed like he was okay. Now, he doesn't follow commands, but the assistants are amazing. It's never, you never feel like you're a bother. You never feel like they don't care. They feel like it's just like an everyday thing, a regular patient. And we actually came up together with an idea of how to get Matthew to open his mouth, since he does not follow commands, and he's not going to let you stick your finger in there. I mean, I said, you know, Matthew loves when I brush his teeth. Of course, I buy the funky electric toothbrush. We buy the funky Tutti Frutti flavored toothpaste, you know, anything to make him happy, whether he was 4 years old or whether he was 18 years old. You know, that's the way it is. And I said that to Doc, and Doc says, we have an electric toothbrush here. So he pulled it out, put it on, put it by Matthew's mouth, and Matthew opened up his mouth. I used to bring his toothbrush, and that's how we got him to open his mouth. And Doc created a blocker, kind of like tongue depressors, that he taped together, and as soon as he opened his mouth, we'd put one on the side. The hygienists and assistants and Doc would start on one side, and then they would give him a break. We always had 2-hour, sometimes 3-hour appointments, and then we'd move it to the other side. And he has a little unit that he can use to take x-rays, although the very first time that he did get his sedation dentistry here, he had 21 cavities. And while he was under sedation, and he had an MD come here, my insurance covered it.
I now found an anesthesiologist who will do it in my office.
They gave him his sedation. They were able to do a full set of x-rays, and he had 21 cavities filled that day. And then subsequent visits, and we would try to come 3 times a year. He would have his teeth cleaned, and they would fill whatever cavities they could fill within the 2 to 3 hour visit that we were here. He is just friendly and giving and smart, and I didn't know this until the last year. He's got a family member who's special needs. I did not know that. He did not bring that up. And I've seen patients like Matthew come and go when we were here. I did not know that until I learned it. I don't know if I was reading the book or I read about it someplace online or something. So maybe it all, but he just is giving.
Why don't more dentists treat special needs patients? Simplest answer is, there's no money in it. But the real answer is, those people have a disconnect and don't see the person in that special needs. And I can tell you all kinds of stories about special needs and how, you know, the reactions I've gotten from them that nobody got. Not that I did anything special, but I treated them like a person.
Staff is amazing. They helped me stand up Matthew, pull his wheelchair away. We push him on the chair. Together we pull his legs over. I mean, it's nothing, and they're yawning while they're doing it. This is not a awful thing. This is not a big deal. You know, you always find special people in the special needs world. I think that's why people do it. Nothing like this.